Hello everyone, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen, and welcome to the Wolf Podcast, where we'll be doing an E3 predictions video, and we will be doing later an E3 discussion video after everything has been said and done. With me today is...
Hello everyone, I am DM says DM3000.
Hey everyone, this is FlOrangey.
Hello everyone, this is Geeky Steven.
Hey everyone, this is Mario Fanboy 15, aka When is E3?
I can't take it anymore!
Where's E3?
Oh shit, everyone turn into Arlo.
Oh, am I a Muppet now? Awesome.
We are all actually Muppets.
We're all Muppets now. Oh, I'm going to hell for that joke. But anyways, yep. We're doing a predictions video on E3, which is going to be at the time of me uploading this video, day after tomorrow, basically. So we're going to be giving some quick speculations on maybe games that we might be seeing / might not see at E3, as well as, like, you know, maybe talk about what we might see, like, you know, what they might spend the most time in their in each of the, you know, the conferences. I'm fumbling around because I'm tired. And basically the first one we're going to start with is Saturday, which is going to only be EA Play, which...
Alright, say it with me now, folks.
Everybody
Sports,
say it together. Sports.
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions, loot boxes.
Abandoning Battlefront.
Wait, that's Activision, never mind.
And Anthem.
Anthem.
Oh, Anthem. I am very...
The Xbox One will be the next water cooler.
That's
the wrong company.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
yeah, like fucking cool your jet, Zachary. We're not there.
No, but Anthem, I am stupidly afraid for, especially with everything that's been happening regarding Anthem, where, like, so many people have left the project, so many people have left the Anthem project, and that makes me very afraid. I know we're going to see it, but I'm just fearful if it's going to live up to any kind of expectation.
Yeah. The stuff that's been going on with Anthem, with so many people leaving, actually reflects the same thing that happened with Mass Effect Andromeda, and it does leave me a little bit nervous.
Like, isn't Anthem made by the BioWare folks?
Yes.
Yeah. That was Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, okay, that's just a heavy sign on that, bin, because the problem that I have with the game is that it actually looks really darn good. And then it just has that, you know, the EA label written on it, and after hearing, like, all the horror stories about Andromeda, facial recognitions, and otherwise, my hype for that game just suddenly went from 10 to a basic 0.
Like, from the teaser that we saw, like, I think, what was it, last year? It doesn't look like the facial recognition is going to be that much of a problem, but there's so many things that I'm worried about, especially since it's like, BioWare's always been single-player games as well, and this is a multiplayer game too. It's more like a Destiny than anything.
Yeah, and that's one thing I am a little afraid of, because it feels like they're just making this game to try to compete with Destiny. And let's be fair, guys, Destiny 2 is really not doing very good as is.
To say, if you're going to compete with a game, why would you compete with Destiny?
Yeah,
why would you compete with a bad game anyways? I played Destiny 2, it's not a good game.
I played the first Destiny. Here's the thing. There is a comment that someone said that I absolutely love when it comes to Destiny 2, where it's literally like, well, guess what, guys? Give Destiny 2 about a year, and it'll be about at the same point as Destiny 1 when it was done with all its content. And everybody just looked at it, and I'm just like, yeah, do you not see the problem with this?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I'm very, like, I'll get to it in Ubisoft's conference, but when the Division eventually gets a sequel, which it's already been confirmed for, they better not pull a Destiny 2 and just start from scratch. They better take what they built upon the first game, and make it better. That's what Destiny 1 should have done, but it didn't. But anyways, we're on EA.
Yeah, like...
Let's say, back on track, for my case, it's just every time that I see Anthem, it's like whether it's gameplay or trailer, I cannot give two shits about it. I don't know if it would change if like the publisher was different, but every time I see that game, I just kind of roll my eyes at it.
Yeah.
And the same thing applies with Battlefield 5. I think that the conference for EA is going to be half Anthem, half Battlefield 5. I will not care about neither in my case, especially after Battlefront 2. I was super excited for fucking Battlefront 2, and they messed it up so badly.
Dude, we are all hyped for Battlefront 2
Yeah.
at last year's E3.
It looked good.
Yeah,
that was the thing.
If you look at Geeky's like E3 reactions, where it had me, Zachary, and even Cole, and we were actually having fun with the EA stuff, especially when we started seeing Battlefront 2. But then when the game actually came out, and it just became a fucking pile of garbage, basically, thanks to the loot boxes, it's just like our happiness went to straight up just. Oh,
You made one very fatal mistake.
it's like
You fucked with Star Wars fans.
It's
and
like go ahead.
Like you fucked with Star Wars fans, and you don't fuck with Star Wars fans.
Even
savages.
worse, even Disney of all people told them stop. You know you fucked up when you fuck with Disney.
Stop it. Yeah, especially
that
with the
if like
properties.
Disney didn't jump in, they would have kept those loot boxes in.
Stop it.
Oh,
Get some help.
But
I
no,
if I could just say one thing, I could not give a crap. I'm on Logan. I cannot give a crap about Anthem or Battlefield 5. They're just meh looking.
besides that, it's probably just going to be a bunch of sports again.
Yeah.
oh boy, you want to play the next FIFA game?
Not
No.
No, not really.
Okay.
No, and not to mention, Logan, make the joke, because you know I want to.
sports.
Not just that joke.
Come
Come on! You know, Bob Barker.
No, because that was Microsoft's.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, they were doing Forza, and then they showed the giant car.
I know it's EA and Microsoft were the same thing.
They're both shitty!
Sometimes they can be.
They're both shitty, so yeah. I think we can move on from EA, because we pretty much, like, the two major things we talked about were, like, you know, we're just not really looking forward to them because it's EA. EA has literally proven to us that we shouldn't trust them. It's like Konami, basically. Konami has proven time and time again why we shouldn't trust them, to the point that we have a hashtag for them. EA
They're basically the state's equivalent to Konami.
Exactly.
Yes.
EA is pretty much the Galactic Empire of companies.
They probably.
We've got to have money.
I will say this about EA. Even though their commentaries are always bad, it is so fun. It is so fun to make fun of them.
Yeah.
It is.
Anyways, I think we can move on to Microsoft, which is basically we're moving on to Sunday now, and there's 3 conferences. The first one we'll talk about is Microsoft, which we know that this one's going to be a bit of a bigger one because, again, they have a few announcements.
Yeah, but raise your hands if you own an Xbox One.
I don't. I want to get
No
one. I want to get one primarily. I want to get one primarily for the backwards compatibility, but Microsoft hasn't given me any reason to buy an Xbox One. There are no good exclusives on there.
Yeah, that's been like the big thing with Microsoft's Xbox One, because after like Scalebound got canceled, like any possibility kind of just tanked because they didn't really have anything to compete with.
I was just gonna say this: backwards compatibility is not enough to like sell the system.
It's not, but
Depending on who you are.
Sort of. I mean, there were still some good Xbox and Xbox 360 games that are probably worth the buy.
I wouldn't be, if I may, I wouldn't be surprised if they do spend a portion of the conference talking more about about expanding the backwards compatibility on the Xbox One as well.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be honest. I've heard a lot of people actually did buy an Xbox One just so they could play the Mass Effect trilogy in its true form, quote unquote.
Yeah, because I've heard the PlayStation versions do have a couple of bugs.
Yeah, I think it's like slowdown and a couple of graphical glitches, if I remember right.
And I could say, I don't think the Xbox One is gonna go away anytime soon. It's probably gonna still last a few more years.
No, but then again, there's always the rumors about that the next generation of consoles are slowly but surely making their way here. I doubt that's going to be announced or even hinted at here. I freaking highly doubt that's going to happen.
It won't.
In
Sony's case, they said that like the PlayStation 5 is like 3 years off.
Yeah, this is actually going to be a very long console cycle now that I think about it. If it's going to be taking until at least 2021 to hear anything about the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. It's like that means that this console cycle is going to last well over a decade, basically. Because
That's pretty impressive, actually.
And when it comes to like Microsoft, do you guys think just to basically like recover, they'll make like another Xbox system?
I don't know about that because they've already got the S, they've already got the X. I know for like that's kind of what I'm saying. I feel like they might expand upon the backwards compatibility a little bit further, but I feel like they might do a little more as well with their console because there's still that whole halogen idea that they brought up like a year or so back that they haven't touched on in quite a while, quite honestly.
What the hell is Project Hologen? Is that like what virtual their response to VR or something like that?
Something along those lines. And let's be fair, you know they're going to continue to cram down the also playable with Windows 10 kind of thing as well.
And that, I think, is actually kind of killing the Xbox a little bit, to be honest, because I'm just going to say this right here and now. Every Xbox One game that was quote-unquote an exclusive
is on PC.
Exactly. That's the reason I haven't bought an Xbox One. I can just play it on my computer.
Oh, and Cole, do you remember when Cuphead was first announced, it was going to be just an Xbox One exclusive.
And
Is
then
it
it was
also
on PC.
It's a good thing it wasn't because Cuphead went on to be a massive hit.
So I wish
and
Cuphead. I wish
that like a lot of that success came from the PC version,
I
which
wish-
and it's good.
I mean, will we see more exclusive from Microsoft throughout E3? I damn sure hope so because Microsoft needs exclusive right now. If they don't start making some exclusive for their console, people are going to be more and more onto the situation of why buy it when I could just play it on the PC or on another platform. It's like, and time exclusives don't count.
Yeah, it's actually kind of disappointing, really, because in terms of hardware, pure hardware, Microsoft has been doing an extremely good job. Like, the Xbox One X is the most powerful system out there, and for its price, and I know that the price is still pretty high, but it's actually a pretty good price point for that kind of power, especially if you've built your own computer. Not to mention, they are also releasing the Xbox Adaptability Controller.
Yeah, and not the.
Oh yeah, those ones. Are the ones that are used for like specially designed controllers. I think I wrote about that.
Yeah, it's designed specifically to be used for people with disabilities or who need like a little bit of extra assistance and stuff.
That's cool.
You can port and plug in different other kinds of modifiers for controllers in order to customize your own gameplay experience.
That's good, honestly.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Microsoft is doing great with its hardware, but it's the software that it's lacking in right now. Hell, it's doing right better with Sony in terms of customer base because they actually have crossplay.
Yeah, exactly.
But in terms like of the normal consumer that just walks into Walmart and buys a console, they're not looking for powerful hardware. They're looking for what games does this system have.
Exactly.
That's pretty much on what it is because I don't think they even have a game that actually like supports that kind of hardware, like actually utilizes all of it.
No, but there is.
like,
I will.
Nelson.
Sorry. Go ahead,
Sorry.
Logan. You go.
It's like having lots of like really good hardware doesn't really sell your system. Like if that was the case, then the Switch wouldn't be doing as well as it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also when it comes to exclusives, it's just like, and if you are gonna have exclusives, please don't let it be like a King of Thieves situation.
Or just be like, oh, it's possible to play this on with Windows 10 people as well. See, Microsoft are killing it everywhere else, but they're failing in their pure software. It's like cross-platform play, good on ya. Good hardware, good on ya. And the online service is still pretty breakneck compared to Sony's, and this is coming from a Sony fan. But Microsoft, if you want people to buy your console and you want people to stick around, this E3, you need to show some exclusives. You need to make people have a reason. The only exclusive series that I know of, and even though it's on PC technically, is Gears. That's the only series I know of. Gears of War and Halo.
And Halo is probably like the biggest thing, but Halo hasn't been doing well as of late.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Halo is unfortunately more of a relic of its time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Since like Bungie left.
yeah, it's like, so Microsoft, you have everything else going for you. You need to turn it around with your software if you want people to buy your console. This is
Yeah.
Go ahead. Whoever was first.
yeah, because I'm about to move on to a different topic, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
And what kind of and they might, and I have a feeling they might pull something in the conference. Basically, when they pulled like a Dragon Ball Fighters last year, just like, oh, here's something that's multi-platform.
yeah, they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I expect them to like kind of announce like some big third-party thing, but it's like, oh, it turns out to be on other consoles. All right, well, there's no reason to get an Xbox One. I'm going to play it on my PS4 instead.
Exactly.
Yeah, and at this point, timed exclusivity isn't going to work. They tried that with Rise of the Tomb Raider, but most people ended up just waiting for it to come out on PS4.
And here's the problem with that. They released it on the same day as Fallout 4.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, it's like when I saw
Double ouch.
when I saw that, like I went to GameStop and I saw that it was like Rise of the Tomb Raider released on the same day as Fallout 4. I literally said it to the employees because they know me. I go there almost every day. I was just like, do they not realize how stupid of a decision that was?
I haven't seen this kind of marketing this bad since Treasure Planet was released on the same day as a Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, the GameStop employee literally laughed and said, "Yeah, that wasn't a great decision." I'm like, I know, right? You're releasing Rise of the Tomb Raider, a timed exclusive on Xbox only, against Fallout, which is multi-platform.
And geez, I wonder which one was more anticipated.
Exactly.
And which one had more hype built upon it.
And which one wasn't as bad.
Jeez.
Anyways, I think we can move on to Bethesda at this point, unless you have some Dean.
Hey. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to get this question out of the way. Rare is still part of Microsoft, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they did
okay.
Sea of Thieves, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do they only have Sea of Thieves to offer, or was Rare actually working on something else?
There was
Right
retro
now,
replay.
I think we only have like Sea of Thieves on offer. I don't know about any
And
other
retro
projects.
replay. And retro replay.
Oh, does that count really?
Not really. You're just bringing all the N64 games over.
I mean, cool on them. The biggest thing that Rare just needs to do is actually utilize their IPs a bit more. I mean, technically they have with Conquer, but even that.
Here's the thing: when it comes to Rare, I don't think much of them nowadays, since they're not really the same company as they used to be, since pretty much everyone left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know how I would feel about them handling like a new Banjo, simply because it's not the same guys.
I could see them honestly touching on some new stuff for Sea of Thieves in the conference too, but I don't know. Like I said,
The biggest. Oh, go ahead, finish.
No, I'm done. I'm just saying, like, is there anything else anyone wants to add? Because we got to move on at some point.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Dean.
I was just thinking, is like with the advent of like all these remakes of like popular 3D platforms actually bringing breath of new life like in the modern age, I would kind of expect the folks over at Rare to actually like try and do that with the Banjo-Kazooie franchise, but even then I'm not exactly certain. They haven't done anything with Banjo in a while, have they?
Just remember, Dean, that they made that. Rare also made Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So I don't trust Rare.
Yeah, I can trust them to probably do a remake at least, but even then, I'm still unsure given how Banjo's been dormant. Hibernation.
Conquer Live and
actually.
Reloaded says hi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were killed in that one, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Conquer 11 Reloaded says hi, and that was with
I
the
was
original
thinking the
team.
same. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't trust them. Anyways,
Yeah.
Not much expectations for Microsoft.
no. I think we
I
can...
don't have any expectations either. So.
All right, so let's move
I
on.
want them to do good, but I'm worried. I'll say that.
If they don't do something to, if they don't do anything to make people buy an Xbox One, they're just killing themselves even more.
Pretty
Because
much.
it's like they have like the toppings for a good pizza, but not the actual sauce.
Yeah, they're missing an ingredient that can make them like. That's all Microsoft needs. If they had some really good exclusives to go along with the console, they'd have a fucking killer. Like, you know, they have a fucking killer on their hands. Like, look at 360. Look at Xbox. A lot of their games were exclusives, and they were system sellers.
Mhm.
They were able to compete with both the PS2 and PS3.
Yeah,
Minus the Red Ring of Death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's that.
yeah, minus
Yeah.
that.
The
It's
sad
like-
thing. Oh.
Go ahead, Dean.
Well, the sad thing is that I used to really like the Xbox 360. I mean, what Microsoft was doing because they still had some really good hardware. Heck, I think my Xbox 360 library is my largest that I've gotten, and most of that is third-party support. Honestly,
And like I might as well say this: 360 was when it came to 360, it was probably the best for like multi-platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, you know, between the 360, PS3, and Wii, you know, which version of this game, you know, which system are you gonna get this game on? Most people probably say 360.
Yeah, because the PS3 took a very long time until it finally caught up.
Yeah.
And even then, the processing power of the PS3 was weaker than the Xbox 360s.
Really? I thought the PS3 was the most powerful system.
It was mainly because
Was-
the Blu-ray drive. Remember, it had more memory.
Oh,
Ah,
right,
yeah, that's right.
I guess the Xbox 360 was easier to develop on, so thus the games ran a bit better on that. Because I know that
I can agree with that because I remember hearing something from some developers that said like part of the reason their budgets in that generation were so huge was because most of it was for the PS3.
All right, guys, we're getting a little off topic now.
yeah, understandable.
Sorry.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we can move on to Bethesda at this point. So
Yeah.
Bethesda's a bit of a weird one. They've already teased that Fallout 76, which we know we're gonna see at this E3. There's no denying we are gonna see Fallout 76 at E3 this year.
I'm not a Bethesda guy, so I'll let you guys take the floor. But I know for a fact, Nelson, that you are extremely worried about that game.
I am, because it's supposed to be an online survival game in the same vein as, well, not really in the same vein as Rust or DayZ, but it has elements like those games, and that, like, yeah, it can work in context, but it's the execution I worry about the most. I mean, if people like the settlement building aspect of Fallout 4 and they expand upon that, like, you know, Logan here, then yeah, you got yourself a fucking killer game here, because it's probably going to have more expanded elements of the settlement building.
I'd love that. No lie. I liked building my settlements. I just hated what's-his-name telling me whenever one was in danger.
Oh, Weldsworth, was it? Or
Preston.
Preston, thank you.
Wellsworth.
I thought the robot. It's been a while since I played Fallout
It's not
4.
even the right one. It's Codsworth.
Oh,
But,
okay,
yeah.
you can tell how much of a Fallout fan I am. I only played the main campaign of Fallout 4 years ago.
You pleb.
It's like I'm slightly worried about Fallout 76 because most of the reports coming in basically from Jason Schreier on like what the game is going to be. It's like a lot of them they're starting to suggest that like it's going to be like a Rust sort of game. It's like I think something like that would work for something like Fallout simply because it's kind of like the world it's in and whatnot, but it's like I just simply think that concept won't really like resonate with as many people because people already have Rust, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
People have Rust.
And
people
even
have
then-
DayZ. Yeah.
And even then, like I don't even think that like genre is really as popular anymore.
Yeah, it was, and not to mention one of the biggest problems with games like DayZ, Rust, and other knockoffs like Unturned, because I did play some of those, is it's very much one of those games where it's unfun if you're playing by yourself and you end up running into a group of people, because you know people are going to play this with friends and they're going to just gank new guys that have like basically nothing just for the sake of being that guy.
Yeah.
And
I ruined the
I
fun.
really think that's going to like connect with a lot of people. It's like there are reports like it's going to have like a story, it'll have quests and whatnot, but like apparently the main like component of it's going to be like that survival aspect, which again does work for Fallout's world, but it's not going to really blow anybody's minds.
And that also makes me fearful that this might be an online only game. Like, you know,
Oh boy.
like
yeah.
you have to have a connection to play it.
Fuck that idea.
Yeah, who? Nah.
I really
wouldn't
hope
like that.
I really hope that's not true.
As Nelson said, this might be the first Fallout game where you would do a hard pass on.
Well, I have to wait and see. If like that's why I'm predicting that they are going to show us that at E3, but if they don't give enough good information or give me a reason to buy it like Fallout 4 did, yeah, I'm going to pass and wait to see what everyone else says about it before I jump in.
But
Go ahead.
if they make it Cellnet building, I will scoop that up on day one.
Another thing, it's like
Fair enough.
another thing. We might see some more stuff. I know we might see some stuff for Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus for the Switch, because that version hasn't come out yet, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
No,
it
but
hasn't.
there
No, it
is a
hasn't.
release date on it. It's like if you go onto the Switch eShop, it'll be in the coming soon section.
Yeah, well,
It is.
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
June 26th.
June?
Yeah, sorry, June 22nd or 26th.
I still wouldn't be.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
that's
soon.
close.
I still wouldn't be surprised if they showed it off at E3 and maybe even showed that they have exclusive features for the Switch version. I mean,
So
Like a gyroscope sort of thing.
and being,
Probably.
yeah, and remember you can use two guns, so imagine being able to like do certain things with the two Joy-Cons.
Oh, that'd be actually kind of tight.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
So Nelson, basically, just like basically just a trailer for like the Switch version.
Not a trailer, but maybe a gameplay demonstration of the differences between the Switch version and the normal versions. Because the Switch version, like, I would love for developers to try something unique with, like, the HD rumble and the gyroscopics in the Switch control, in the Switch Joy-Cons.
I still have no clue what HD Rumble is.
Well, I played a few games that have taken advantage of it, and it feels really good compared to some of the normal rumble features of other controllers. But that's beyond the point. What else are we going to see?
Probably an
right.
announcement for Skyrim to be ported on something else.
I was about to say, I can't wait for Skyrim to get remade.
Oh boy,
It's like
Skyrim.
Skyrim coming out this time on the Nintendo 3DS. It's another buzz.
Can I just say something that I heard like a couple of months ago while me and my boyfriend were at Walmart? We were talking about Skyrim being ported to everything, and someone that overheard us said, "Coming soon in 2018, Skyrim for your smart fridge."
Oh my god. Well, then again, Doom was on everything, so...
Yeah,
Well-
Doom was on everything.
Well, Skyrim was on more consoles.
No, Doom was on everything. Calculators,
Doom was literally on
MP3s,
everything.
Calculators, not even joking.
While we're on the subject of like the series as a whole, the Elder Scrolls, I feel like they should show off like something like that's not related to Skyrim. Like maybe just give us like a little teaser or something, because I know that
Sorry, keep going.
it's like I know that like somehow Skyrim is new again because it's on Switch, but
which I don't even get. I mean, Skyrim on Switch runs great, but still, it's not what I would consider new.
Yeah.
the Elder Scrolls Online is still relatively new, but I don't really think that scratches that itch for most of the series fans. So maybe that's a teaser for the 6th game if they can. That's something I would like to see.
I think I remember seeing an ad recently for Elder Scrolls Online, so maybe they're planning another expansion pack.
They probably are. If there's one thing I really want, I doubt Bethesda will actually announce this, but with all of these with all of these companies porting some of the PS3 games over to the PS4 and otherwise, like earlier generation games to the new generations, I would love Bethesda to announce like a Fallout collection, like re-releasing 3 and New Vegas onto the PlayStation, the Xbox, and basically allowing, like, being able to push them to their app, like, push them to where they could be, like, being able to give them 60 frames and such.
Or Nelson, they could also pretty much go all in, and like 3 New Vegas, but also like the originals as well.
I doubt it, because unfortunately the biggest problem with the first 2 Fallout games is they're very dependent on the keyboard and mouse, no matter how you slice it. They would have to,
so it might be difficult.
Yeah, they would have to rework the games from the ground up to work with a controller, and that's if they want to keep it isometric. If they wanted to completely remake the first and second Fallout games to be a shooter, like the later Fallout games were, again, they would still have to redesign the entire game and make it work within the infrastructure, which I don't know if they would. I doubt that would actually happen.
Yeah, Fallout 3 and New Vegas at the very least do need remasters, because like on Fallout 3 in particular, if you don't, it's like even if you have Windows 7, if your setup isn't like exactly right, you can't run the game. I've tried running the game on my laptop and my desktop. That game was made with XP and Vista in mind.
And of course, games for Windows.
New Vegas is awesome, and it deserves to be played more.
And don't forget games for Windows Live, because that's another problem Fallout 3 has.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That was a thing for that. That's why I couldn't play it.
That's the thing that everyone forgot about.
There is one other thing I would like to. There is one other thing I could see maybe Bethesda announcing, and that is
the continuation of the Creation Club.
That's probably one. But another thing I could see them announcing, and this is more of a hard speculation, not really a what's gonna happen. I could see them announcing like an expansion for Doom.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
That I can say.
I was about to mention, because like I was even surprised that Doom is part of Bethesda's thing, but Doom I think will get some extra attention, like whether by an expansion pack or even a Fallout sequel, because Doom, like on PS4 and Switch, they're a damn good game. It's a damn fine game.
I need to get it.
So I could actually see them like either announcing a sequel or an expansion towards it, because, well, it's something that actually proved worthwhile, and it's a really great first-person shooter. So it'd be kind of ludicrous for them not to try and expand on it in any way, shape, or form.
Same thing with I feel like at this point they have to give some new information for another Dishonored game. I would love to see another Dishonored. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've heard anything from the series, honestly.
2 was the most recent one with its expansion pack, was it?
I think so. Yeah, I
thought that was a standalone title.
I think it was standalone, but yeah.
Oh.
You go ahead.
I would love for them to actually tease at a new Dishonored, not just show gameplay or anything, just tease at a third Dishonored game, because they'll
probably show the mask, maybe
the mask, or maybe have some kind of cinematic trailer, just something small, just to let us know that the story of Dishonored isn't over yet.
Yeah, I could see that happening, especially since Dishonored definitely has its fans. I haven't heard much about the second game, honestly, but I played the first and I had a good time with it. So
I need to pick up the collection on PS4. I played the first one up to a certain point, but I haven't finished it. That was on PS3, so I really need to get the PS4 collection and actually beat it. Dishonored is such a fucking good stealth series, and
it's fun as hell.
And they give you so many options and abilities and weaponry. It's like, for a stealth game, you make it fucking hard for me to not want to go loud.
Mm-hmm. So here's hoping that if they wanted to, they could probably end with it, like stating, here's a hint on what we're working on next, and here's Dishonored. So yeah, that would get the fans screaming, definitely.
Really, if they announce Elder Scrolls 6 at E3, the internet is going to explode.
Oh yeah, that'll catch a fire.
Oh yeah.
It'll catch on fire, and it'll still have 2 days left.
No, and then they'll announce another Skyrim.
It's like, hold on, guys, Smash hasn't really been revealed yet.
Anyways, I think we can move on from Bethesda. I think we've covered our general thoughts on this one.
Yeah. When it comes to Bethesda, I don't know, I might enjoy it, but I'm not really a Bethesda guy since I've never played a single Bethesda game.
I'll
Yeah.
say this, when it comes to Bethesda, like, even if their actual announcements are kind of meh, their presentation is probably going to be pretty good, considering what they did last year.
Yeah,
It was
Bethesda
really
land.
well done. It was like very cute and had some very nice visuals behind it.
That
It
was-
was pretty much a disguise for their Met announcements.
It really was. Oh man.
Presentation good, games.
Pretty much. And now we move on to Devolver Digital, which I have no real allegiance to Devolver Digital because I barely played any of their games.
Okay, when it comes to Water Digital, this is more so Logan to be allowed.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like, I don't know too much about their games either, but, like, in my case, I'm just... like, I'm not really expecting something, like, on the same level as last year, because last year was just so perfect, and I feel like that's something a lot, like, of skeptics really needed.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, this really goofball presentation that just parodies every other, like, conference. I don't really expect there to be that many game announcements unless they really do try to, like, do something a bit more streamlined. But
Wait, they
Like, after
localized
last
How to
year,
Full
I-
Boyfriend? Oh my god.
Yeah, they did. It's on PS4.
Anyway, Logan.
Stop it, guys.
I'm sorry, it's just, I saw that, and cause it was like, what the fuck? Which, okay, fine, because I admit How to Full Boyfriend is a guilty pleasure. It's surprisingly entertaining, but at the same time, that literally just came out of nowhere.
God damn it, Cole.
I don't expect that many game announcements because they really didn't have many last year. And given how they're kind of a smaller company, I don't really expect many games out of them anyways.
So basically just expect another spoof this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically just another spoof, but it won't be as big as last year's because last year's it's like no one was expecting it, and this year, like they are expecting it, and still have to find a new way to throw everybody for a fucking loop.
I'm pretty sure they'll figure it out, but I think we can leave it there because Devolver Digital is not much we could say. All we can say is
No.
that if they pull up some of the same kind of bullshit they did last year, I think we're in for a fun time.
It's like
Yeah,
they
like,
set the
looking at their
bar.
Wikipedia page, the only thing on here that I can see that would be of note is Serious Sam 4.
Oh no, yeah, they have to show that because I am a Serious Sam fan, and 4 was announced, so they might very well show Serious Sam 4 at Devolver Digital's thing.
And the Talos Principle, too.
Yeah,
Seriously.
but
but-
since like last year, such a spoof, you have to find a new way to like meet that bar.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But yeah, not much to say on them since the only thing that I'll say is hope they're funny like last year.
And now we move on to Monday, which is we start off with Square Enix.
And Monday is a giant
Kingdom
blowout
Hearts
day.
3.
Ooh.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
Dark
Kingdom-
Dark
Kingdom Hearts 3 release date, please!
Yeah,
I think
they
that's-
said they would.
Yes,
I'm holding
I think
them to that.
Kingdom
We're
Hearts
Yeah.
it's finally going to get a solid release date. We'll probably get one more world reveal. Like if I could have any world, I low-key want it to be Zootopia. It's like I don't want like a third Pixar world. I want them to sort of pull from a I want them to pull from a Disney's sort of CG library, and
Dude.
Zootopia is probably the biggest one.
You have no idea how many people are chomping at the bit for Kingdom Hearts to have Star Wars.
I
Darth Vader boss fight. Bonus
Yeah.
boss.
Darth Vader
Oh,
boss fight!
Yeah,
We
but,
already
like,
have that. It's called
unfortunately-
Zemnis.
Oh, you're
Like,
right. I'm so
unfortunately-
sorry. I completely forgot about Zemnis, which is weird considering he's 5 different people.
It's like, yeah, it's like I would want Star Wars as well, but considering how EA has the game rights to Star
No,
Wars,
they have the exclusive rights to make games, but Disney are the ones who own the Star Wars license, so this is a different kind of thing altogether.
okay, so
Yeah. Like,
okay, and Star Wars on the table then. Fuck you, Zootopia.
Sorry,
Damn.
Zootopia.
Unpopular opinion. I do not want any Star Wars or any Marvel except if it's Coliseum bonus boss fights. No worlds, please. Keep them to Disney and Pixar. I'm really literally only picking up this game because of Toy Story being announced. Like, I'm
Me
dead
for Monsters
serious.
Incorporated.
It's like Big Hero 6, awesome. Okay, cool. It's everything else, okay, cool. And
Fuck you,
cool,
Big
but
Hero
the
6
moment
awesome.
I saw the Toy Story world, I was like, "This is a day one buy."
Cole, fuck you. Big Hero 6 is awesome. Same thing with the
No, I like Big Hero 6. It's just that wasn't the one that got me to be like, "Okay, it's a day one buy."
Dude.
Hey, Toy Story was the first Pixar movie I ever watched, or one of the first cartoon movies I ever watched. So I was pretty damn hyped when they announced that fucking movie, basically being in Kingdom Hearts 3, and the way that it looks too.
Even the Pixar staff, when they saw it, were in shock. Apparently.
Just by how good it looked.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really does look like the Toy Story movie.
It just goes to show you how far we've come in technology. Along with that, Monsters Incorporated. Holy shit, Monsters Incorporated.
Goofy's model.
It looks dumb.
Oh, it looks so stupid.
I don't
I mean, like, at least it's staying true to its name. It's certainly Goofy.
Yeah, very true. It's like,
yeah.
but yeah, I think Logan's right. I think we'll probably get one more world announcement along with the release date, and it's like I don't know what they could do at the moment. I know that my wanted world is not going to make it in there. I'm hoping they don't put Frozen in.
You know they're gonna because of how popular Frozen is.
Let it go, Cole.
I choose
Let it
life.
go.
I choose life.
Shut up, Dean.
I'm just being realistic.
It's like if they want to blow people's minds, they should either do Zootopia or Star Wars.
I would like a Moana world. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I take it you guys are expecting at least one more Pixar world.
Moana was Disney.
Or rather, just one more world in general.
Yeah.
Though, in all seriousness, and I don't think this is, and I'm not hoping for this, but considering what movie is releasing, I think this year, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something from The Incredibles in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
that would be really neat.
Oh, I'd love, dude. Imagine Sora, Donald, and Goofy in an Incredibles costume.
Yes, I would play that.
I would so be up. No, not even. Like Edna makes their super suits.
Oh yeah, and Sora or Donald or Goofy would probably say, "Hey, can I get a cape?" It's like, no capes.
No capes.
I want them to do that just for that.
Yes, please.
Yes, but who would say it?
Oh my god. Another thing. I know they're gonna, no, this is some of the other announcements for Square Enix.
I know, but I want to say something about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, go for it.
I totally want an Upworld just so we could see the old guy kick ass.
That would be a nice idea.
Upworld would actually be neat.
You want to see Carl Fredricksen kick some ass with his giant,
Cane.
like with his giant tennis ball cane.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would actually be okay with an Upworld, honestly.
Yes, I would like that.
Anyways, going on to other things that we might see from Square Enix. You know they're going to be showing some more stuff for Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. We're probably going to see like a new expansion get announced in this one, which I heard Stormblood was really good. Like I heard very good things about Stormblood.
Might be too soon on the expansion because Stormblood only came out last year, I think.
Well, you never know. They might give a teaser towards a new expansion or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
might be
I can
something
see us
special.
getting more Realm Reborn stuff.
And I also know they're going to be announcing some more stuff for Final Fantasy 15 because they've already announced 3 more DLC after the King's, like the Royal Edition came out.
Yep.
And at this point, us it's just like, please stop with the DLC so I
Yeah,
can
like,
get a complete
stop
edition.
updating this game. I want to play it in its entirety, and you keep adding more stuff to add to the fucking
Well, you
story.
see, Nelson, that's why you need to finish the game. That way you can keep coming back to it and keep playing the new stuff.
Yeah, don't worry, Nelson. I promise I'll be funding the game until its completion.
It's gonna be fun to get past. Like it'll be fun to get past your grave. But
Oh, man.
guys,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait for that game. to come out.
Speaking of Square Enix, How about that news recently on when Final Fantasy VII's gonna get
Yeah,
get
we're
I
worked
was
not-
on?
seriously just about to mention Final Fantasy VII, the remake, anyways. I was just like, is that even gonna get mentioned at all?
I don't think we're gonna
Because
see
I
it.
don't think they mentioned it last year, did they?
They didn't.
Well-
They did mention it. The biggest thing and biggest problem with that particular title is that, well, we all heard the news. They apparently threw away everything that we once knew about the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
they're starting
apparently
over.
CyberConnect 2 wasn't exactly doing a good job, and to be fair, Nomura wasn't exactly around to control everything because he was too busy with Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm sorry, but there's a reason why directors usually work on one game at a time.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Especially when it's something this big, you know?
Yeah, if you
I-
mess up Final Fantasy VII, you've kind of screwed yourselves hard.
Also,
I get this really weird feeling that Final Fantasy 7 is going to become Final Fantasy versus 13 2.0 in terms of development.
It'll be Final Fantasy
Yeah.
16 then.
possibly it could possibly.
You know what?
happen.
I wouldn't mind that, and we just get Final Fantasy 16 as like Cloud as old age or something.
Also, one other thing that might happen. This is more again another one of those speculations that might not happen. They may very well announce a new season for Hitman because there's already been like information and teasers for something new being added to the Hitman series and otherwise. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they tease that a second season of Hitman.
That might not be for Square Enix because I think they're no longer they gave up the license, but that could be something we see at Sony.
Maybe, yeah. I know. I'm just kind of wishful thinking at this point, but you never know.
There's still hope for
I didn't
Hitman.
know they gave up the Hitman license.
I think they did as well, but you know, maybe like that. Like I said, one of those speculations that probably won't happen. I'm being that guy. Let me be.
The only other thing I know of for Square Enix is I think we might see more Tomb Raider. And
yeah.
it's very unlikely to happen because the studio is shut down, but I really, really wouldn't mind hearing something about Sleeping Dogs too.
Same.
Oh, Sleeping Dogs would actually be rather nice to hear about because that was actually a pretty good Grand Theft Auto clone.
And, like,
So-
it would be farmed out to
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, and it's amazing looking at the history of that game because it's like, okay, it's a Grand Theft Auto clone because it was also a clone of True Crime because it was originally a True Crime game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a clone of a clone.
Exactly.
It's a clone
So
of a clone, but it was a very good clone.
It was a very good clone. Yeah, I agree, and I wouldn't mind actually seeing a sequel to that game.
Mhm.
Zachary.
Yeah, I'm just saying this, when it comes to like Square Enix, I'm actually so surprised that they're doing a conference this year, considering how bad their conference went the last time they had it.
Oh, don't remind me. The only highlight was that guy who made Nier
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the whole moon face thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have to
The
be
moon
honest.
face guy became a meme.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, like I have to be honest, I don't really understand why Square Enix would do a press conference when pretty much all of their stuff was going to be shown during the Sony conference anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
My guess is because they got Kingdom Hearts 3 and they really wanted to be the ones who wanted to say it. That and they have like probably other titles that they want to announce as well. Very slowly, probably, and will probably bore us to shit, but...
Yeah, I was about to say, please, Square Enix, don't make the same mistake last time where you pretty much bored us to death.
We'll just have to wait
But-
and see.
The only other thing that I could probably think of that Square Enix has like going for it are the folks that made the Nier Automata game. Like whatever the developer is up to, I'm actually looking forward to seeing because Nier Automata was a pretty darn good game too.
I've heard about it. Yeah, I've heard it's a really good one.
Yeah, well, that was actually Platinum Games though, so that's not Square Enix either.
But I
yeah.
didn't Square publish it though.
Square probably
Oh
published.
yeah, that's right.
They
I
Yeah,
think
so
they
I-
did.
I think they did as well, but I could be wrong. But
I
think
think they count.
I think we can leave this off with basically saying, Square,
Kingdom Hearts
give
3.
us Kingdom Hearts 3, please.
Just give it to us already. Fucking
Do it.
hell.
You've
Well,
made us.
Wait, can I get a vote here? Who thinks it's actually coming out in 2018?
It's like
2018 for Japan if they don't do a worldwide release. If not, then it's probably going to come 2019 in the US.
It'll probably be coming in spring in 2019 if it's only in Japan by the end of the year. But
then again, Cole, you never know since they're already doing the English dubbing for the game.
That is right. Yeah. I didn't look at the thing where all like those YouTubers got a chance to pre-play the game, but the Toy Story World already has English dub.
They seem to be
Which means they're probably taking the Kingdom Hearts 2 route where they're dubbing it during development, so we might actually get a very quick turnaround time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say hopeful on the 2018 release date. So
I agree. I was thinking that they might be late 2018. That's my prediction for that at least, because it looks like the game's actually like on the corpse of being done. So I'm all well and happy for that. Hopefully.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for if another game gets released on the same day as Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out is basically just going to break everyone's wallet.
Yeah.
Though I will say this right here and now, and it's just going to piss me off. I am still pissed off that this is apparently not going to be the end of the franchise.
Yep,
it's the end of the Xehanort saga.
Yes.
Yep.
That's all they said.
So make sure you get information on the mobile game because apparently the plot is important.
Oh god, no. I have
Just
played all the Kingdom Hearts games except that one. I'm not going to do that.
Logan,
Watch
you
the
were trying to
cutscenes from 2.8 remix.
Guys,
say something for like 2 minutes.
go Logan.
Go ahead, sorry.
It's like, just look up a goddamn plot synopsis on YouTube. It's probably not that hard to find.
Pretty much.
Like, yeah, any game that comes out in that synced iframe is gonna be like fucking road chipped coming out the same. It's like coming out like during the same weekend as The Force Awakens.
That was funny.
Anyways,
I know.
Just one more thing. Just one last thing. I want to say when it comes to Square Enix, I forgot.
Dude,
forgot what?
dude, we need to move on because this is.
I know.
All right, so let's move on to Ubisoft, and
I'll say this about Ubisoft. They sure as hell surprised us last year.
they did.
Yeah, but can they top it? That's the real question.
Well, here's the first thing I'll tell you right now. When I was talking about the Division 2 before, they did confirm it's going to be a thing that it is in development. I doubt it's releasing this year. It's probably going to release next year, but I feel like this year they are going to show us some information on Division 2. And the only reason I'm talking about is because I actually like the first Division. Granted, I jump into it later where all the content was actually in a better state, and this is kind of why I said, developers behind Division, don't make the mistake Destiny made. Take everything you did with the first game and improve it in the second game, because the first game is so much better now. It is so much better, but to a lot of people it's too little too late, and I don't blame them.
Isn't that the bank robbing game or
bank robbing? It's the pandemic that happens in New York.
Okay, I'll be honest here. A lot of the like Ubisoft games, just especially the ones that are like open world and Far Cry ripoffs, are kind of like meshing together in my mind.
Yeah, they are.
Well, to be fair, Ubisoft kind of does the same. Is kind of doing the whole let's do the same formula with every single game that we've come out, to the point where I think the only one that I've note right now is actually Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2. There is also Assassin's Creed Origins was pretty good from what a lot of people told me.
Yeah, I heard that because it had that extra year of development time, it ended up really good. Still
And
good.
I'm pretty sure that like this year's conference is specifically going to focus on. It's like going to focus on like the new one that was just announced. It's called Odyssey.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
So like, if it doesn't have Mario in it, I'm gonna.
Oh, that's the choice. It's an Assassin's Creed game in the Mushroom Kingdom.
that joke hasn't been done to death on Twitter.
And we know
I had to make the joke.
And according to the website, we know that Ubisoft is going to show off Beyond Good and Evil 2 as well.
Wait, seriously? They're actually that far along development? Because
Yeah.
I thought Mr. Ansel said that they had only just finished the engine and were just scratching the surface.
Well, they said that. Well, it says in the article that they will be showing it off. That doesn't mean they're going to show gameplay. They'll probably just show like another trailer or some shit.
I want that. I want that game to be good because, good lord, 15 years and that game franchise is Ansel's baby.
If
I know.
they show off gameplay, I think that gameplay reveal will be the make or break points for whether or not. Whether or not fans of the first game will like buy into the second one.
Yeah, because it's
Like lots of people right now are kind of worried that like it's just going to be another Ubisoft sandbox.
Yeah, and I can't blame
hope
them.
that's not.
Yeah, and I can't blame them, especially because the announcement that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to be a prequel also kind of got a lot of people upset, considering that, how long ago was it? It was 8 years before then, they showed that short trailer that was like implied it was going to be a sequel, and we had that leaked parkour footage as well.
Yeah.
It's like I personally don't have much history with the first game, but it's like if it doesn't turn out to be what people are hoping it is to be, it's like I'm gonna feel super bad for them.
I wouldn't blame.
Yeah, I've bought the original Beyond Good and Evil on like at least 4 different platforms at this point. I love that game. Yeah, that game is my payday too, Nelson. And I will be honest and state that I really did love the new trailer, so I'm being cautiously optimistic, but it's at the same time, it's Ubisoft.
Hey, Cole, you could say you quadruple down on Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh, please. At some point, you can get the game for as little as $5.
We know we're also gonna see more stuff for For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege, and basically all their other multiplayer games, Skull and Bones, and yada yada yada.
Wait, For Honor?
Yeah, they're still updating. They're still updating For Honor.
For Honor got axed, or rather they stopped it.
No, it's still going.
Yeah, I still see it. It's available.
Yeah, and I think For Honor did prove that Ubisoft can still do some things besides their standard open world format.
Same thing with
do
Siege.
Something new with it.
Same thing with Siege, but then again, a lot of people have been getting sick of Siege because there's been some massive imbalance going on with some of the new operators they added.
And of course, when it comes to Ubisoft, we can expect to see another Just Dance game.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
I can't wait to see
I have to admit I'm a little bit looking forward to, because I started playing Just Dance for some exercise, and I actually do kind of enjoy them.
It's like they're fun games.
You know what? This time, if they have people dancing up on stage, I want like a gang of reptiles from fucking Mortal Kombat to come up on stage.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna
make them look like giant reptilian men.
Hey, Logan, let's also have Mario and Luigi costumes.
Yeah, that actually reminds me, since Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle actually ended up coming out very good, I am wondering if Nintendo is going to continue a partnership with Ubisoft.
Dude, I would
that
be
makes me
completely okay
wonder.
with that.
Rabbids has one more DLC thing coming out. We'll probably get like a small glimpse of that either during Ubisoft's or Nintendo's conference.
So, if I could be that guy for a moment, I feel like the Ubisoft conference is just going to be basically only very few new stuff, and just basically we're doing this, we're expanding this, we're adding this, and we're also doing this. It's like it's gonna be more. Here's some of the new stuff we'll be adding to our current games already, instead of really showing us some new stuff that we want to see.
It's probably going to play into their whole live service thing that they get off on these days.
Dude, you play, right.
Dude, Ghost Recon Wildlands is already going to be releasing a year 2 pass with new content. I mean, they had the free Splinter Cell mission. You know they're probably going to add more stuff.
If BG&E 2 ends up using Uplay on PC, I'm going to scream bloody murder.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. I know you're going to be angry about that.
I'll probably end up playing it on my PS4 because at the moment my PC is kind of really starting to get outdated by then. But still, I'm still gonna be mad because you just shouldn't do that, especially if you have it on Steam.
I guess we are like Nelson. I'm gonna also play. Now this is just wishful, hoping on me. I was just like, but I want another driver game, man.
I want another Rayman game, dude, but I'm not getting that.
I know, but I want a driver game since the last one was really good.
And I want Zombie U to make a comeback. God damn it, that series is underloved.
Oh, okay, Nelson. The possibilities of that happening is lower than Driver or Rayman.
I know, and it sucks because Zombie and Zombie U are actually good games.
Except for
Zombie
Zombie.
U, mostly.
Well, last year I didn't expect my dream game to be announced, so you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could pull something. So.
Yeah, you never well know. So I think we can end the Ubisoft part here, unless you want to say something, Dean.
Yeah, the only other thing that I can think of as far as like what Ubisoft technically has to offer is the South Park games.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right, South Park.
Mm-hmm.
But what could they announce?
The thing, I mean, they have the Fractured Butthole, and yeah, I know. And the thing is about that game is it still has DLC that is coming out. They have hinted at some Canadian DLC within the game, but that could be an off-color joke. And I could honestly see them actually either building on DLC, as we mentioned earlier, or actually making another game out of it. Because the Fractured Butthole was actually a pretty fun game. That's my hope for it, at least.
So basically, if we do see South Park, it's probably gonna be more likely just new DLC announcements.
It's likely going to be that, because I could actually see them making like a Season 2 Pass DLC, because you can still do a lot with what you got with the gameplay engine, I feel.
Yeah, you could. And yeah, you very well could. And good God.
What?
I don't know. I'm not a South Park fan, but I've wanted to play the South Park games primarily because of me being an RPG fan. That's kind of one of the reasons I have wanted to check them out, and I've always I actually like the gameplay for the second game a lot more than I do the first game, because I like the grid-based combat system. It's a lot more interesting.
Doesn't the Fractured Butthole come with the Stick of Truth?
It does, yeah. The PS4 version, as far as I can tell, does include a free copy of the Stick of Truth.
Although, what about like the Xbox One version, Switch version?
I'm not sure about probably Xbox One version, and I would think that Nintendo would say no faster than a speeding bullet if they had to put the Stick of Truth on the Switch.
But then again, if I could be
they
that,
put something called the Fractured Butthole on this. The Stick of Truth isn't that
the
worse.
Stick of Truth has so many things that is a lot more vulgar that they can't get away with a video game. The Stick of Truth is tamer.
I counter your argument with one game, Dean.
What?
AVG and Adventures 1 and 2.
I was about to say, and also Bayonetta too, simply because of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably see that, but
well, again, this isn't the first time South Park has been on a Nintendo console.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Nintendo is really weird that despite its kid-friendly reputation, it has some really fucked up and really sexualized shit on it, and I love every moment of it.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm not sure if they would, but I just still back on topic. It's just that's all I really expect out of them, because mostly a lot of the stuff that involves South Park is on Matt Stone and Trey Parker. So
anyway,
whether they improve upon it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we now move on to, we're probably just gonna spend like less than a minute on this one, the PC gaming show.
I don't.
PC
All right,
game
Nelson,
stuff.
take
Next.
the floor.
What's it called?
PC game stuff. Next.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
It's
Nelson,
there.
take the floor, Nelson.
I don't really have anything to add on this one because I don't really play too many games. There is a couple of games I could see them being announced at the PC gaming show, which is Get the Fuck Out, which is the game being done by Ulf Anderson. You know, the guy,
Get the fuck out. What?
yeah, GTFO. Literally,
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
yeah, GTFO. It's being made by the team that's led by Ulf Anderson, who was one of the founders of Overkill. Basically, they're making a survival co-op game where the whole objective is to get the fuck out. Basically, you have to work with your team to complete objectives to get out, and I can see them showing that at the PC gaming show. Along with that, I can also see Overkill's The Walking Dead being shown at the PC gaming show as well, because they've been showing us some of the characters slowly but surely. They've shown us like many of the characters for the game itself. I could totally see them finally giving us gameplay for Overkill's The Walking Dead. And I can also see a few new HTC and Oculus like Rift like VR games being announced at the PC gaming show. There are some games I could see being announced at the PC gaming show, along with showing off some of the newer hardware and such. So, you know, while y'all don't really have much to say, I at least know a few of these games, and I could say, yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing GTFO getting shown off, hopefully Overkill's The Walking Dead, and I don't know, maybe some other surprises that I'm not expecting. I mean, last year we got expansions for XCOM 2.
Or maybe a surprise that'll come straight out of left field.
Yeah, exactly. So I am, you know, I know y'all won't watch it, but I am going to check out the PC gaming show purely because I do like some of the people that might show off. Anyway,
I might catch a glance if I have the time, to be honest, because I do want to look and see what new hardware's coming out.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
So
I'll wait. Just let me know if they announce Job Simulator 2.
I will.
Okay.
Now we move on to one of the bigger ones, Sony.
Ooh.
Okay, so the very first one that actually came to mind for me for Sony, and technically it's not it would have probably shown up at the Microsoft conference too, but it's been around for a while. Cyberpunk 2077.
I actually haven't heard that
like
one.
Projects. That's like CD Projekt Red's next big thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right. You're right. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, there's rumors going around that it's going to actually show up at E3 this year.
Oh, and it's going to show up at Sony?
I don't know. That's why I said I'm mentioning it now because I forgot about it for the Microsoft thing. But it is possible they'll show it at one of the conferences.
Okay, one of the big things I know that they have to show off at this year is Death Stranding.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
that too.
How about you finally tell us what the game is instead of being all cryptic about it?
Are you sure you don't want a trailer that is also related to Norman Reedus showing his fetus?
Just no. You should put Norman Reedus in there, but actually make him a baby. Just make every single act a small child.
Oh, I'm just calling this now. I'm just calling this now simply because I can just see Kojima doing it. Uncensored full frontal nudity.
Oh, God. Oh,
They're gonna-
God.
E3 now, too hot for television.
But dude, I
Too hot
want
for streaming.
I actually want to see some gameplay for Death Stranding at this point. I want to know what this game they're trying to build up is at this point.
I think I have heard rumors we will see gameplay for Death Stranding.
Finally, because it's starting to remind me of Quantum Break. It's starting to remind me of Quantum Break, where that game was being so ambiguous for no reason, and look what it led to. A mediocre game.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say something about Sony real quick. Were you guys aware what Sony was doing this week? It's just like, we're gonna announce some reveal things before our E3 starts.
I feel like they're doing that intentionally so they can get some, maybe either A, because they have a lot that's going on, or B, some of the stuff they plan to expand on further in the actual show.
Well, I'll just say this, and also for like the first day, because the first day was today with like their pre-E3 stuff, they announced this thing called Tetris Effect for the PS4 and PSVR.
Didn't they also announce The Walking Dead, the final season?
They did?
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
also,
really?
Oh,
that's coming to pretty much everything.
That is, but I still like the fact that they announced that because I'm not...
Oh, yeah, I just realized. No, go ahead, Nelson. I'll talk later.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Walking Dead license as I used to be anymore, but I still want to play this game to finish off, like, because this is supposedly supposed to be the final season, which I hope it's true and they don't end it with something stupid. Telltale, don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up, Telltale.
yeah. I still
yeah,
haven't played all Frontier,
and
though.
Sorry. Well, I just want to say just one more thing I want to say about their pre-E3 stuff is that majority announcements is stuff announced for the PlayStation VR, which for me pretty much says, oh boy, they're losing faith in the VR.
Yeah, I really am a little sad about that because if Sony if Sony jumps ship with the VR as well, that's going to be their, not even joking, third business venture that completely blew up in their faces, and instead of trying to improve upon it, they dropped it like a bad habit.
Like the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, which ceased development.
Like PlayStation Move, which lasted maybe a year before they were like, okay.
Okay, this was dumb.
And then they tried revitalizing PlayStation Move again with PlayStation VR, so So not only did they fail on one business venture, they failed at revitalizing another one.
And the
Jeez,
and
that's
the,
a 2-in-1
You know, for
failure.
Sony does great with software, but they suck with hardware. They should probably team up with Microsoft.
you know they're never gonna. You know they're never gonna because hey, it's like hey, you want to do some cross-platform play with Microsoft PC and Switch? No, we're good with just our people. But you'll have a lot of nope. Just like
I just say PlayStation Sony teaming up with Microsoft it would basically be the equivalent of and thus we'll get this will be the equivalent of Stone Cold shaking hands with Vince McMahon.
no, it would be the equivalent of a DC Marvel crossover movie.
Oh.
Okay.
As
wow.
It's literally like Jim Sterling said. It's like it's sad when fucking Nintendo is more open to something new than Sony is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
The big problem with Sony right now is that they have a really big ego.
They really
right
do.
now.
They're at the top of the world and they know it. And instead of being smart about it, they're just being like complete and utter douchebags about it. And this is kind of why, like I said, if Microsoft was... Here's the thing. If Microsoft was to get more exclusives, like I said, they would fucking make Sony sweat. Because Sony's hardware is not that good. And they sell it for so much money!
Mm.
And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Sony has had a big ego. Remember when they announced the PlayStation 3 because of how good the PlayStation 2 was selling?
Oh Lord, yeah.
Oh,
You would think that after that fiasco, Sony would have remembered to eat their humble pie with the PS4.
Yeah,
But no.
exactly. But no.
Like it's times like this though that I actually feel bad for Microsoft even more, considering the red ring of death for the 360 and then all the chaos with the Xbox on its initial announcement. But at least they're trying to make a back face, and it's working outside of software.
I feel like with Sony, they're just kind of like, we don't even have to try that hard since people just buy these anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, at this point, Sony's almost too big to fail.
And if
They should crash.
And honestly, if I could be that guy, wasn't it at the Sony conference that they also announced Monster Hunter World?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was last year.
I doubt they would announce anything major for Monster Hunter World, but I feel like that they might like tease at something. Nothing like a massive expansion or anything, because I doubt they're at that point yet. They're still adding content. I mean, they did just add Lunastra, but I feel like they might. Hey, they might very well come up with they may very well announce like some kind of a roadmap or something.
I can kind of see them.
In terms of like Sony like exclusives. Sorry, Dean. You were probably saying something about Monster Hunter World. You go first.
Yeah, the only thing that I can really think of as far as like what they could announce is concerned is G rank.
I doubt that would happen this quickly. It's been only a year, and look how long it takes G rank for it to arrive on some of the other games. It takes like 2, maybe even 3 years.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but I'm not sure. They could probably just announce like a couple more monsters or another expansion for all I know.
Or a new area. Anyways, Logan was trying to say something.
Monster Hunter World. Just remember, Nelson, Monster Hunter World was part of your back-to-back heart attacks last year.
Yeah, along with Shadow of the Colossus HD, which, real quick before I let you talk, Logan, Ico Remastered. Fucking do it.
They should at this point, since Shadow of the Colossus Remastered did pretty well from what I've heard.
Yes, do it. Ico Remastered. Fucking do it. Logan, you were trying to say something before?
I'm after Logan, by the way.
All right, go ahead.
It's like I was just kind of talking about like sort of Sony's exclusives and what they'll probably show this year. I'm sure that they'll show like a gameplay demo of like Last of Us Part 2 because like I just think it's been long enough.
Mm-hmm.
We might get a release date for Days Gone. It's like
hey, remember when the developer was complaining about everyone comparing Days Gone to The Last of Us?
Yeah, you should make your game not about zombies, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, probably.
But it's like in terms of Spider-Man, as much as I'm looking forward to it, it's like I don't want them to show too much of it simply because it's coming out in 3 months. Like maybe give us one more trailer and like leave us off on that until the game's released.
Yeah, they did say the Spider-Man was going to be one of the major things they're going to show off this year's E3.
Oh, there is.
Oh God.
There is one other. This is a leak, and this is a possible false leak, but There is a hint out there that we might see Bloodborne 2 at the Sony press conference.
I would not be opposed to that. I would love Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there have been supposed leaks that Bloodborne 2 might be one of the games that they'll tease or even show off at this year's E3, which I really hope that's true. I fucking love Bloodborne. I would love a sequel.
Yeah, it'd probably get me motivated to actually play the game a bit more because I love Bloodborne's world. So.
Yeah, Bloodborne is one of those games where I really do want to try and get back into it.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, is there anything else we all want to say before we move on to the final one?
Yeah, I've been waiting here actually to say two things.
Yeah, go ahead, Cole.
Right.
Go ahead.
And me too.
Okay, well, I originally only had one, but when Logan brought up Last of Us Part 2, there was another one that came up to mind. So there's two things that I'm kind of hoping for. The first, and it might actually happen at the Square Enix conference instead, but I want to hear an announcement regarding Life is Strange 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd be
I can see that happening.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah, because, like, it's around that development point. The first one came out a while ago, and Before the Storm just wrapped up, and that was done by a different development team. Also, along with The Last of Us Part 2, Naughty Dog is working on another project. I would like to hear something about that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, because there's
they are.
so many rumors going around about it right now. Some think it's an original IP. Some people are thinking that they're going to be bringing back the Jak and Daxter franchise.
I would love that.
Oh, oh my god. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of
Wow. I like me that guy. I kind of doubted since you remember a while ago, it's just like, we're not going to make kids games anymore.
Yeah, and guess what?
Yes, we're not going to make kids games anymore. Kids games that involve torturing your protagonist for 2 years.
Yeah. Jak and Daxter actually had like some sort of like realistic like reimagining that Naughty Dog kept at the back burner for a bit. So
Yeah.
for them to actually try something like that, it's not too far off for them to do.
And even then, there's plenty of other stuff that we could see Naughty Dog try. Like a new IP, I'd be up for, because as much as I am a fan of Uncharted, I'm completely fine with the way Uncharted 4 ended, and I also like Lost Legacy as well. Lost Legacy was a nice little extra story to go along with the Uncharted 4 universe.
And speaking of Sony's conference, I have a feeling since this was just recently announced, I have a feeling they might show off more of like that Spyro trilogy.
Well, I doubt it, honestly.
With the trailers that they have been releasing, because if you look at the Spyro's Twitter, they've actually been releasing like a lot of gameplay footage from that.
Yeah.
And I don't really see them actually like doing something more with it unless they really wanted to put like an extended gameplay demo, like showing a world or something. But
Exactly.
They might do something just for the people that aren't really following the Twitter, because I'm not really.
Same.
What
yeah.
I really like to see, and this is kind of a hard prediction, I want to see a Crash Team Racing remaster.
That would be great, actually.
I will jump out of my seat for that.
And also, new information about Medieval Remastered, because they did hint at that at the PlayStation Experience. I want to see Sir Daniel in HD goodness.
Sir Daniel, I haven't seen him since PlayStation All-Star.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we must.
Like that got announced last year, didn't it?
Yeah, during the PlayStation Experience, we must see the return of Sir Daniel Fortescue.
While we're at it, can we
I
get
am
a
walking
release date
Goofy
for
style.
Persona 5 Dancing Star Night?
Dude, and imagine if they hinted at an expansion to Persona 5.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I think you made Dean very happy.
Cole, there was one more thing you wanted to say.
Oh, no, but outside of the things I mentioned before, I just basically said, please give us a release date for the dancing spin-offs.
And
State though.
and speaking of today,
No, we don't have a release date for the U.S. yet. We have a release date for China, of all places, but not the U.S.
speaking of today, hey Dean, didn't you find out today that there may be hints of a new Persona fighting game?
Oh yeah. There was like some rumors that were floating around, and I know this is about Atlas, but there were like highlights for Atlas's conference, or at least what games they were planning on announcing. 2 games they stated are going to be announced, and Catherine Full Body. And there were
Catherine Full Body. Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I love the original Catherine.
I can't wait for the controversy it sparks up. I just want to see Twitter go. I want to see Twitter go up in flames regarding the character of Rin.
Oh yeah, with the potential transsexual thing.
Yeah, with the possibility she's a trans woman. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Anyway, they did announce that there were like 2 games they were planning on announcing. I heard hints that it was either going to be the 2 dancing games. You know, technically Persona 5 Dancing Star Knight and Persona 3 Dancing Moon Knight are 2 separate games. But there were hints that they were possibly going to announce that they're working on a Persona 5 arena.
Ooh.
Well,
Persona 5 is really going out there with its spin-offs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're knocking it out the door like a lot faster than Persona 4 did actually.
Yeah, and come to think of it, I'm also hearing rumors regarding Persona Q2 as well.
Oh
which should
yeah.
have Persona 5 in it.
Anyways,
yeah.
We should probably get moving to the final topic unless someone has one more thing to add.
Persona!
Persona. Hey, guys, it won't be the Wolf podcast while saying something about Persona.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's it. I've been hearing. What about? Wait, weren't there also going to be some other Shin Megami Tensei remasters or something?
That's I've heard. I don't think I heard those for Sony as I did more for Nintendo. Which
Transition.
Yeah, which transitioned us nicely to Nintendo, and yes, we need to get some more information about SMT5.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
We need some info on SMT5, but honestly, as Arlo said in his video, and I think we can all agree here, you know, if they're gonna focus on anything this entire conference, it's gonna be fucking Smash.
Smash.
I have absolutely no problem with that. I really cannot wait for like what they have to show for that. I really hope that it's not a remaster. It's like I think that most people have kind of accepted, okay, it's probably not going to be a remaster, but it's like, I mean, like it's not official until Nintendo says, but it's like I really hope it's actually Smash 5.
Yeah,
I'm expecting to like 10 minutes to like Smash.
Yeah, I don't want, and not to mention, you saw that Power A are literally making GameCube controllers that can work on the Switch. I feel like that's gonna be perfect for like Smash.
But
yeah,
since
like competitive
made
Smash
by
pretty
Power...
much goes right to the GameCube controller.
Well, they're being made by Power A, but they're being officially licensed by Nintendo. And I can tell you right now, Power A makes really good controllers.
And GameCube controller.
I mean, it's like I have like a 360 controller by them, and like that 360 controller kind of felt a bit flimsy. It's like at least compared to like the official Microsoft one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's gonna happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's like the Intel GameCube controller. This, as Johnny says, it says this controller will never die.
What else?
It's a good thing I already have a GameCube controller, so yeah.
What else would we might see for Nintendo? I don't think we're gonna see any new information about Metro Prime 4. I honestly don't think so.
Watch them show Metroid Prime 4. I mean, you never know.
Okay. If there's one thing we must know about Nintendo, always expect the unexpected from them.
True.
So with that logic, then I can probably just throw this out here simply because I know a friend of mine will complain about it if they don't. Can we please get a new F-Zero? I mean, the market kind of needs that kind of style of racing game again.
We pretty much, it makes sense for it to be another F-Zero since. It baffles me. We're not getting an F-Zero, but we're getting a Star Fox racing game, apparently.
I was literally just about
seriously?
to say that. It's like the Star Fox racing game is probably, like, if it's real, is probably going to be the F-Zero game that people want, except it's not going to be F-Zero. It's going to be Star Fox.
Okay, now I was going to explain, like, the F-Zero thing to Cole.
What F-Zero thing, Nicole?
Not F-Zero, Star Fox.
I don't know anything about the Starbucks thing.
Okay, Okay, let me explain that.
Yeah, do
No,
that.
Explain it to the rest of the class.
Okay, basically, there's this rumor going around that Retro Studios has been working on a Star Fox racing game, and they haven't been working on Metroid Prime 4. They haven't even been working on a new Donkey Kong, apparently. They've been working on a Star Fox-centric racing game, and right now, it's supposedly called Star Fox Grand Prix, and it's apparently going to be a Star Fox racing game.
That's a waste of Retro Studios' talent.
Probably.
Okay, Retro Studios has been good at like Metroid Prime and the Donkey Kong Return series. Why would you stick them with a racing title?
And why would you do that and not make it F-Zero?
I know.
I mean, come on. At this point, Retro Studio has been like the people who are like, okay, we're going to do the impossible with Metroid. Ta-da. Okay, we're going to bring back a classic and not fuck it up. So have them do it a second time.
Yeah, lightning can strike twice with them, and I could see them actually pulling off an F-Zero game quite well. Like, yeah, a racing game doesn't seem like part of their level, but I think they could have done a lot of good with it. Heck, if they wanted to make Star Fox, why not make Star Fox?
It's like to sort of give Retro Studios most of the credit that they probably deserve. It's like the fact that they can jump from something like Metroid Prime to Donkey Kong Country. It probably shows like it probably shows like the kind of talented developers on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, maybe maybe they can make a racing game, but Star Fox isn't the one I would choose.
I'm just like, why not make F-Zero with this? Why Star Fox?
The thing is that apparently the last Star Fox game wasn't that well received, and usually when that happens, Nintendo puts a series on hiatus for a few more years.
Yeah,
Zero.
See Metroid.
Yeah, so
Star
they could have
Fox
easily
Zero.
just taken advantage of that to bring back another franchise they haven't looked at. Like, even Kid Icarus has gotten a little bit more attention than F-Zero has.
Yeah,
That's mostly because of Uprising.
Yeah, well, Smash too.
And, well, Smash, then Uprising.
It's pretty sad that when people think of F-Zero nowadays, it's just Smash and Falcon. Captain Falcon.
It's just Captain Falcon.
Yeah, Captain Falcon.
Which is sad because even Fire Emblem definitely overshadowed F-Zero, and no one even heard of that series until frickin' Smash as well.
If
They
I
need to do something F-Zero, dang it.
and if we're kind of staying on the same topic, guys.
Right.
Yeah, like if I could say something else, I do feel like with this we're probably gonna see a few more Switch ports. Like we might see a few more games getting ported to the Switch, which I'd be completely okay with that. Like Doom Beam on the Switch was a fucking excellent idea.
It's great.
Skyrim on Switch. It's like I know a lot of people are tired of Skyrim, but hey, you can play Skyrim on the go when otherwise.
If they're going to do a port, I could totally see them porting over Dragon Ball FighterZ with like all the DLC characters.
I could see
I
that
am hearing
too.
rumors of a Fortnite port too.
Yes, I heard about that.
It's
too.
pretty much confirmed without actually being confirmed at this point. Like,
Yeah,
miners have found code for the game in the eShop.
Yeah, but I'm hearing that apparently that's only going to be for the Battle Royale portion. I don't play the Battle Royale portion. I play the PvE portion, and I want that on the Switch.
It's like the only thing that like Nintendo needs to do now is just say it's coming. You know?
Mm-hmm.
What else do I think the Switch might? We might see some more.
Fallout. Put
Yeah.
Fallout there.
I doubt Fallout
3
4.
Vegas.
I feel like the 4 will not be put on there, but I could see a previous Fallout game being put on there, or hell, even a collection. I could see them doing like a 3-4 collection on Switch.
Yeah, like put that like 3-4 collection.
Well, you never know. The new Colossus is newer than Fallout 4, but Fallout 4 is also a bigger game, so never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
However, Fallout 4 it probably isn't as like intense as something like Wolfenstein 2, I guess.
Well, then again, Fallout 4 suffers with frame rate issues, even on like some of the more beefier PCs.
But I'd like to think that's whatever. Never mind. Yeah.
Go ahead, Zachary.
When it comes to Nintendo, I'm honestly expecting them to like get a release date for like that for like Luigi's Mansion on 3DS.
Yeah, we're gonna see a few 3DS games. Like I don't know
It's
about you,
probably,
like
sorry.
I don't know about you, but I feel like they are going to announce Persona Q2 on 3DS.
It's potential because I think that's probably like one of the only 3DS games I could think of aside from that Diggersby game that is a technically new game that isn't like a remake or compilation.
Or being ported over and shit.
Yeah,
but aside from like a few announcements, I'm honestly expecting them not to spend much time with 3DS, and the majority of it will be on the Switch titles.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they start phasing out the 3DS because the Switch is, I think, going to become the go-to for both handheld and console.
pretty much.
Pretty much. But
And I'm okay with that.
to be honest,
Yep.
I don't think the 3DS is on its way out the door, but I do think it is like, Nintendo is beginning to slowly but surely give the device, like the rest basically before it finally ends.
Yeah, probably for the best, because I think at this point, how old is it now? I think it's 7 years old. That's a long time for a handheld.
Yeah.
It's been out since like either 2012 or 2013.
Around those times, yeah. But that's what I'm
It's
saying.
been out since 2011.
But yeah,
Oh.
I think the major thing we can all agree on is we're gonna see Smash at Nintendo, and we might see some other IPs. Like we might see more on Bayonetta 3. I don't know. We might see more on Metroid.
I hope we see more Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, maybe tease, maybe sort of close out the show with like a small teaser on sort of the next real Pokemon game. But
It's funny.
I'm not really expecting it, but that's something I would like to see.
And please,
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's funny you should say it because they're probably going to do more information on that.
Yeah,
I'll probably
Yeah.
stuff on Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee primarily.
Yeah, I want that. But yeah, I would love for them to end it on just like a mainline Pokemon game being announced for the Switch that gets released next year.
I would love to see that. But considering they had like the conference already, they could hint at it or at least give like a glimpse on how it's going to look. But I can honestly more expect like a gameplay, a showcase of what Pokemon Let's Go is going to be. That or they're going to save that for the Treehouse.
Or and also they're going to talk about their online. They're going to because it's very close.
That's going to do that alongside the Switch. I mean the Smash.
It's like we need more information on the online.
Yeah.
How about this? You put more than 20 NES games that no one really wants to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's one other thing we might see from Nintendo. We might see more about the Octo expansion.
Yeah.
That's I wanted to mention earlier, but I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that as well, and I wouldn't mind seeing more Splatoon 2 content. Like, I just got Splatoon 2. I've been playing it 2 days straight, and holy shit, is it a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's a great game.
But I'm gonna be that one fan and be like, where's Mother 3?
Oh brother.
Oh god.
And also, you want to know what I just realized?
What?
But
You never talked about your favorite franchise at any point.
oh, I've been waiting patiently, dude.
Oh. Well, the floor is yours.
Well, then say it
Alright.
before I close out.
All right, I'm expecting to hear something about Fire Emblem on Switch, and it's been a year since they've made the announcement of saying, "Hey, we're going to be making a Fire Emblem on Switch." So for folks who are disappointed about Fire Emblem Warriors not including Ike, well, you can wait for that game to come out soon. They have not said a goddamn word about it for over a year.
Well, let's hope they actually do it this time around during the conference, because I have been interested in trying out a Fire Emblem game, and if a main series one is coming to Switch, if a main series one is coming to Switch, I may very well pick one up. I may very well pick it up as my first.
Yeah, no lie. No lie. I've really wanted to feel that Fire Emblem magic again since Awakening, because I've tried Birthright and Conquest, and I just could not get into it. And I didn't play. What was it? Shadows of Valencia.
Yeah, Shadows of Valencia is the remake of Fire Emblem 2.
Ah.
And
Oh, Nelson, you poor naive soul.
Or wait, no, or was it Echoes that I hadn't
it's
played?
it's called Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valencia.
Okay, so I'm not getting my information confused then, to an
Yeah,
extent.
technically, yeah, it's the same game, but the thing is about Fire Emblem is that, like, I came back to the series from Awakening. It was a damn fine game, and I did like Fates. I played through all the paths, but a lot of folks are admittedly very disappointed with those games, and for some of them within good reason. But I'm just hoping for a good return to form because
Sorry, I haven't played those games. You have told me that those are like good games to start with.
they are, yes. I can honor Awakening and Birthright as great starting points, and they are still damn fine games on their own right. But I am hoping that for Fire Emblem on Switch, because this is the first time in a while since Fire Emblem appeared on home consoles, so I'm hoping that they'll bring back like a lot of the good mechanics that still made Fire Emblem really great, especially the improvements that they made for both Echoes and Awakening, because they did a lot of great things for the series. But overall, I just want to see something. Like, how's the game gonna look? Fire Emblem Warriors may have been great in my opinion, and
Yeah.
it showed like what Fire Emblem does look like in full 3D models. But I want to see on how full tactical RPG can look on the Switch.
Yeah, and I can honestly see why. Anyways, I think we can end it off here because we've been talking for almost a solid hour and 40 minutes.
One more thing that I just want to say when it comes to Nintendo. I think we might get. I don't know what's a possibility, but we might get more information on the new No More Heroes.
Yeah,
Ooh, that would be nice to have.
Oh yeah.
And I also forgot to say this during the Sony portion. Give us a release date for Shenmue 3.
It won't happen.
Like I'm already picking up Shenmue 1/2 HD, which it was leaked that it might be coming out in September. Give us a release date for Shenmue 3, all right? Along with like Square Enix, if you're gonna give us a release date for Kingdom Hearts, please Sony give us a release date for Shenmue 3.
And Nintendo.
Nintendo, can you do me a sweet favor since you're good friends with Sega right now? Can you give me a new Knights game and make sure it doesn't suck as bad as Journey to Dreams? I liked Journey of Dreams, but then when I played the original, I was like, man, this could have been so much better.
Oh man.
You also,
Ouch.
can you also do Pikmin 4 as well?
Oh yeah, Pikmin 4. That's been on the back burner for quite a while, hasn't it?
It's like right when Pikmin 3 was out into the world, and like when the holiday season was over, it's like Nintendo was like, yeah, we're making Pikmin 4.
And we're just like, what,
it's
already?
Like, it's officially revealed yet.
And it's just
Oh.
like, wait, already?
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, I think we get.
Speaking of Sega,
Oh, shit, that's right. Never mind on the Knights thing, because Sonic Team's kind of crapped up right now.
Yeah.
Speaking developers.
Speaking of Sega, I honestly think they might show off the Sonic, the Sonic Racing game at Nintendo's Direct.
Well,
Yeah, they might show a little bit more. I mean, like, there's gameplay out right now.
that or at the Treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
But please, I want to see more of the new No More Heroes.
Definitely.
I wouldn't mind an actual No More Heroes remaster release based on the Japanese-only version that came out over there.
Yeah, I never played a No More Heroes game, so if they were to do that, and hey, if they were to incorporate the Joy-Cons in some kind of way for motion control, fucking hell, I'd be game.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would be good.
That'd be fun
Imagine
because
the
like I
HD
love
Rumble.
the motion.
Imagine the HD Rumble swinging around the freaking, just a beam katana.
Oh, I can't wait to recharge my katana with the HD Rumble.
Oh.
On
I
that,
can't wait for the Rose Nasty too, where you're doing it with two of them.
on that note, I think I'm gonna end it there before we go any further down the gutter. So
Congratulations, Dean. I think you broke Cole.
anyways, that's our E3
Myself.
Anyways, that's our E3 predictions. We are, like I said, we are going to do an E3 discussion after the show has been said and done. So pay attention for that in the near future. But with that said, let me ask you real quick. What did you think about our predictions for some of the stuff that's coming out in E3? Do you have your own predictions for some games that might be coming out in E3? Or do you think that some of our predictions are completely far-fetched? Go ahead and leave your comments down below and we'll discuss it in the comment section.
Just gonna say this now, Nelson. Someone is gonna hear you say, "I've never heard of that regarding Cyberpunk 2077," and jump down your throat.
Yeah, well, then again, people are jump down my throat for multiple reasons. Let's be fucking fair.
They're gonna jump down your throat for not playing a No More Heroes game.
And a Fire Emblem game.
Yeah.
Nelson, I'm very surprised you didn't hear about the Star Fox Racing, considering you watched Arlo's video when he talked
I'm
about
an ignorant American.
And yeah, you know, I'm like, hey, for not seeing the little orange things in Resident Evil.
Oh my god.
Just sent it to you.
Hey, Nelson, don't you mean an ignorant Hispanic?
Anyways, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen, along with...
I am T. Mikami, says GM Pwn 3000.
I am FlOrangey, and I have to enter crunch time.
I'm Geeky Steven, and my cat is sitting on my floor and she's waiting patiently.
and I've been Mario Fanboy 15. Hi, Geeky Stevens.
Hi.
Oh my god. Anyways, we will see you all for the E3 discussions video later down the line. Till next time, guys. Take care.
Take care.
My throat is dead now.